There is more to the story about why we're moving, and today I'm going to share a little bit of that with you. Welcome back, ladies, and welcome to part 2 of why we're moving. Last week I shared about how we are buying a home and how we want to live in a beautiful, safe place. So while, yes, that is a reason why we are moving, if you're going to be moving out of a home, but the big news is that we are actually moving to Cedar City, Utah. So we are not going to be in Las Vegas anymore. So this is really big for us and a big move. Since Jorge has come from Mexico, he's lived here this whole time, and since my parents moved here when I was 1, I've lived here this whole time. But it's always been a dream of ours to find somewhere else to live, and Utah, I feel, has always called my name. And it doesn't hurt that my dad is there as well, and my stepmother and my baby sister is there, but really there's job opportunity there, and so that is, of course, a huge factor when it comes to us moving, right? Just making sure that there's going to be work, and so that is definitely covered. There's also work to do in God's kingdom there, and so that is another big contributing factor to this. That is really the main things. Now, why have we wanted to leave Vegas and stuff? I mean, this has been on our minds for so long, but I would say it never really felt like it was something that would happen anytime soon. We were thinking more along the lines of once my husband retired from his current job, and but we're seeing things differently now, and different opportunities were presented, and it was just, I feel like a no-brainer really for us because of all of these different things that we were looking for. So of course we want to be surrounded by a community of people that have very similar values as us, even if, it's for us, it's not about the same beliefs or anything like that, but rather very similar values. And so that is something that has been important, especially with all that has been creeping up near us recently. Just within the last few years, I've felt this so much more. My husband has felt this so much more. And so these are things that made it even easier for us to make this decision. Now, another thing is just considering the schools that we are zoned for, things like that. And so over where we are going to be moving, this is a big benefit that we are going to have is, the kind of schooling that they are going to be in, and what kind of schooling they will be getting, I should say. And then even when you think about like where your money is going to, the kind of, just when you think about when you're a tax paying individual and you consider about how that money is being used and everything that goes along with that, it does make you feel very strongly about where you're living and are you happy with the way things are being dealt with. So all of these things have been on our minds for some time. And so, as I said, when certain opportunities are presented, then it just makes it that much easier. So, another thing that I've talked about on my channel for a while now is how much I would just enjoy being around more greenery, 4 seasons, stuff like that. That's something that we're going to get to enjoy now. Now, I am going to have to learn a lot about that, and even when it comes to dressing and everything, because I've been so used to where I am and just the mild winters and all of that, and not even seeing the changes that come along with 4 seasons. So I'm really looking forward to all of this, but there are also going to be things that we have to say goodbye to as well, things that are going to be harder to say goodbye to. One of the big things that we have to say goodbye to is our church family. I've known some of these people for so long, and they are like family. sometimes even closer than family, it feels like. So that's a big loss, I feel. However, we are going to be joining another congregation there, and you do what you can to just build those relationships, and I really look forward to that as well. And there's a lot of work that we are going to be able to do where we are going. And then another thing, of course, would be the good friends that we have. So, we have friends inside the church, outside the church, and it's hard to say goodbye to those people that you've built really strong connections with and relationships with, and that will be sad for us. However, one of the things, and of course we're also going to be leaving some family here, there are things that I feel make it a little easier for us in that we don't plan on not coming back here. I mean, it's only a 2.5 hour drive from where we are, and I just know, Jorge's family's here, I have family here, we're going to be coming back to visit, and we always know that we have a congregation that we can attend here when we do come and visit. So I look at that a little differently, but of course everybody won't be at my fingertips like they were here when we were over there. So there will be that loss, I would say. And then we're also going to be leaving behind one of our dogs. We needed to rehome him and find, just thinking about all of the different factors and what would be best for him. That was something that was a hard decision, but needed to be made. And so thankfully we did find a really good home for him. And so he will be back here in Vegas. We will be able to visit him anytime that we wish, but that was just one of those hard decisions to make. And as you know, my son will be here too. He's not moving with us because he moved out. So he will be here as well. And that's going to be a really big change, I would say. Then, and finally, I would just also say that what we have planted here, the whole rose garden that I created around me that brought me so much joy here, that's not something that we're going to walk into over there. So that that brought me so much peace here and so much beauty right where we are. And that, I would say, is a big thing that I'm having to say goodbye to, and especially just thinking of all that was poured into that. But there's room for growth where we are going, and I'm looking forward to making that space my own as well. But these are the main things of, of course, the other things that I shared about why we're moving, but these are also big things that we are saying goodbye to that can be harder, but there's so much opportunity where we are going. Ultimately, this is a really big decision for our family. I've never left like a state before to go and move, so this is just all around really a big deal for us, and it's going to be happening sooner than we thought. So come this next week, we are very excited to not completely move, but at least to be signing papers and for hopefully it to be ours. So we will just have to see. Now, I have been sharing first looks over on Patreon. I'm not really sharing that here just yet, is because it's not ours yet. And so I wanted to make sure that of course it's ours before we, start putting things out here on YouTube. But and just know that for this month especially, and the months to come, that before I start sharing the move and everything like that, all of the first looks are going to be over on Patreon. I'm also doing a Dream With Me series where I talk through all of these different spaces and how I would be utilizing the furniture that I have here already over there. And of course, just the different things that I really like about those spaces, and maybe if there's something that we might change or not, just kind of talking through things. Nothing's for sure yet, but it's just something that I'm really enjoying doing over there. So it's also going to be a bigger home that has a lot of carpet. So Jorge actually purchased a vacuum cleaner for me. I got a Shark vacuum cleaner that had some of the best reviews on it. When I searched for the best vacuum cleaner, this was one that came up, and I have this little one here that I like to use on these floors here, but I wanted something that would be really good. So anyway, that's our first home purchase that we made for the house, and something that I know that I will be using a lot, because the majority of the house is carpet, and not just any carpet, it's white carpet. So we're gonna have fun with that. But anyway, I look forward to all of the cleaning videos and all of the organizing videos that I have to make, but really I'm also looking forward to learning how to dress for 4 seasons. I know it's going to be a huge learning curve for me, and so hopefully there will be more content that I will be able to share about that coming soon. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today in our reasons. And you know, nothing has happened yet. That is all going to, you know, take a little bit of time, but I just wanted to share that with you. So it's going to be, it's a happy goodbye to me for all of these things. And a lot of it, like I said, like the family situation is bittersweet in that it's not like we're that far away. My dad would come to visit here whenever we would have parties or anything like that, and you can do that in a day. You can come for a little bit and then leave, you know, so you just have to be more mindful about who you're going to visit when, you know, have all of that scheduled. But that's not really something that I'm really worried about. I'm really thankful to have this opportunity and just to be in a place that is more in line with all of the things that I've valued all this time. So I can't wait, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with all of you as well. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.